you believe it?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You're back with Let 'Em Shoot. We're back after a big weekend. Actually, I reckon this episode might be able to go out today. Depends, but we'll see. Maybe today, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday.
Oh, so like,
Yeah, just like usual. We're back. This is probably top 3 lineups we've ever had. I don't think this is a lineup we've ever had.
I don't think we've ever had this.
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
and this formation as well.
it's probably the most sophisticated.
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
This is weird. Looking at you from this
If
angle.
you told me this is the line, I would have worn a tie and suit
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
in that order.
Should have worn my ball gown.
Yeah,
Should have worn dressed
literally.
formally.
I would have worn a tie and suit in that order. So tie, then
And the
the
suit
button up on top.
Oh
so you
yeah,
can see the
right.
tie.
Okay, to my right.
Oh shit, this is weird.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going with this
you're
one.
always left. Sorry.
It's your boy, WAMG Wagwan MJ. Wow, JK. Nah, it's
WAMG.
WAMG Wagwan.
That's all you say.
But you say Wang.
Nah, it's your boy PBB in 4K. I feel like this camera is cooler as well. It looks
Looks
like
like it's looking straight at
yeah,
you.
because when I'm looking that way, I'm looking at like Mitch and shit. Sometimes my eyes just go.
Yeah, you
Your
get
eyes
distracted.
wander.
Yeah, but now it's just a blank wall and just a Rari behind it. So
Mm.
you just look at.
True.
To my left.
It's Cruiser. I'm really happy to be part of this elite lineup
It's
today.
a good lineup. Yeah. It's a
To
good
my
lineup.
left.
It's a boy MJ, Born Afro Gang. I'm happy to be here, back again. Some good results this weekend, you know. Life's good, really.
That's good.
MJ, we were talking about getting mic'd up in some games during this season.
Oh yeah, we
Like-
were.
Oh, like in
Yeah.
your outdoor games.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would
Oh, do
be.
you reckon
I would
they'll-
love
do
to
you
hear
reckon they'll let
you
us?
during the
Yeah.
game.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even be able to know if we just got mic'd up. They would know.
Yeah,
True.
under here.
Just
Yeah.
have like wear a wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon if you had it wired, they wouldn't know.
Do you
Yeah.
wear those like
Or-
thingos, those sports bra?
Oh, we don't anymore, but that would be a good thing to attach.
You could just
onto
clip
the
it onto
collar.
that. Yeah.
Or like a.
We could just wear it.
Yeah.
yeah.
You get a
vest or
discreet
something.
one.
What are
Yeah.
they called?
We call them
Oh, okay.
bras. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sports bras.
I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
want to be derogatory
Yeah, yeah.
because that's obviously
Yeah.
you know. I don't
Sports
want-
bras. It's
Yeah.
a known
Okay.
thing.
Perfect.
GPS bra.
GPS bra. Nice. Yeah.
Maybe.
They're nice. I
But
like.
yeah, let us know if you want us to wear, if you want us to be mic'd up for some of the games this year.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that.
We can do like the game where we verse MJ.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
I got some nonsense to say, bro.
Yeah, let us know some of the comments from last week. There was a lot of comments actually.
This guy's doing the wrong thing. Should be more subscribers and comments.
Yeah, there should be.
What's going on?
There should be subs. I feel like we're shadow banned a bit. So,
Oh, that's fun.
if anyone knows how to remove shadow bans on TikTok, let us know. We've been
Why are
shadow
we
banned for a
banned?
bit.
What
I
did-
don't know.
What did we do?
I don't know what. We've just
rude.
been saying outlandish stuff, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But some
But
of
you
the
got to turn it down.
yeah, Riley. Yeah, Riley's been swearing too much.
Subscribe.
Samuel Schreiber. Hot take. If this podcast was during a time where Chelsea was good and Liverpool were bad, Samuel and Bud would have the same relationship, but just on opposite sides. Samuel digging his heels in as Bud repeats 12th place to any criticism Samuel has.
Yeah, facts. But we'd actually be more successful because we would have won more leagues and done more things. So
Very cool.
it's different. It's still it's. I get you, but it's different. I would have got annoyed, or not annoyed. I would have got tired of winning stuff while they're just there. what they do? They sell the big player. They buy like 6 players. They don't want them anymore. They get rid of them. Just a rinse, repeat. So it would have been easy.
Nonsense.
Um,
Nonsense.
J Rappelt. Good news for Bud. No way Chelsea are going to lose. They always show up to the 10th place derby. Oh, that's
I
very
hope so.
true. So he's pretty much saying there's no way you can lose this week because when it comes to 10th place, that's normally yours. But the thing he doesn't know is you guys can't jump Newcastle this week.
Yeah, but we still got a
You
game.
got a game in hand. Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's against Spurs, and you know what we do to Spurs every year. So
When is that game? Do you know?
nah, it hasn't been.
Okay.
haven't
Hasn't been
looked at it,
scheduled. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think if I had to do a score prediction, I think it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea. It's at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stamford
2-1
Bridge.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer assist.
What was the score when you played them? Newcastle.
I think it was they won 2-0
Oh, did you?
I remember.
or 3-1.
Okay, let's test Bud's Chelsea
Because
knowledge.
we beat him in the cup, but that was
You beat him in the
2-1.
cup, yeah. You lost 4-1.
4-1.
Oh, that's Thiago Silva's fucking shit game.
Yeah.
Was
Where
that
he got
I
he
feel
got,
the game where
he got spun.
And Sterling could have sweated it. It was that game, remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Bro, you're
that
bringing
felt-
bad
That
memories.
didn't feel that long
Yeah.
ago. I remember now.
Isak scored and then Sterling scored the free kick.
yeah,
Yeah.
banger.
That's right.
Yeah, and then they just
Yeah, but only because Sterling.
yeah.
But Thiago Silva had a bad game.
Yeah.
He gave away, I think it was the
Jackson
third goal.
had a couple misses in that game. I remember.
If Sterling sweated him, he would have got a goal.
Yeah.
but
Then there was like a
Sterling's-
header as well, or maybe that was Broha. But yeah. I remember that game.
Yeah.
Sterling's taking out his stick on what Kane did to him on Jackson.
Yeah.
What does Jackson have to do with it? Cuz just
True.
leave him alone.
True. Fuck, there's a lot of comments. Who's the nicest hooper, bud?
In
the group, yeah.
obviously Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, this guy's
But they haven't met Jordan, so who's the second nicest then?
second nicest. I'd have to say myself, really.
Let's
I can do a bit of everything.
Let's move on.
Board getter.
What's the real answer?
No, it's
I don't
me.
know.
No,
If we're saying like all round,
I think
probably
there's
me.
like
it's not him.
Samuel and
it's-
Jeremy are
It-
good.
I would say it's probably, if you were saying, it's probably Samuel, and then me, then Bud.
No
yeah,
way.
Samuel and Jeremy, I'd say,
I can
look
do
the
more
best.
stuff than
Yeah.
you.
No, you can't.
You could just shoot and you do the fairy, like fucking goes in off the rim. But other than that, you don't really get boards. You're pretty shit on D.
This is cut. Samir Aman, hilarious episode. Never thought I'd see Jeremy the only one on a side of a debate and miss because I don't see Rashford starting for England. Oh yeah, we had a big argument last week.
Kid.
Or we cut
On
out
the
like
episode?
Yeah, we had to cut out.
We
a
cut
lot
out like
'cause
20
it was
minutes
gone
of
for
it.
so long.
Damn, I need to watch it then.
me and Riley fell asleep
Yeah,
and woke up.
Who are you
and they're
arguing
still
with?
It's
going.
very rare
Samuel?
that Jeremy is like known. It's like
yeah.
the Shavy day as well. You were the only one that was.
Oh, yeah,
I
true.
sort of agreed with you, but yeah.
I
It
was
is
pretty
rare.
much saying Rashford. I think I would start Rashford on the wing for England, and I'd play Foden 10. But these guys were saying they would start Foden on the wing on the left and play Maddison 10. That we were pretty much
Based off
arguing
form.
that. Yeah.
Madison won't start for England. That's
We weren't. It wasn't really Madison.
Well, I mean,
think
that's why I
this-
think. That's
this-
why I think
he does what
Foden
you guys
and
do.
Rashford will start.
This he does what you guys do. He added the Madison part.
No, Samuel
get
said
it.
that. Samuel said I'd rather start Foden wide so Maddison can start 10 over
Yeah.
Foden playing 10 and Rashford playing wide.
Because the original question I asked was, who's starting on the left
Yeah.
if Euros was tomorrow?
Oh, okay.
Who
right.
would you
Rashford
start
or
on the
Foden.
left?
And I said Foden.
Yeah, that's what he said. And I
he-
said I'd start Rashford.
Samuel said Foden, and he said Rashford.
At the start, it seemed like you were saying you wouldn't start Foden at all, and then you were like,
Yeah.
"No, I just wouldn't start him on the left."
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because we were like, we don't need to.
Yeah, we don't need to go back
but-
into
Yeah.
it.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll just
I
talk
wish I
about
was
it.
there for that.
One Ucho said, met these lads in Sydney this weekend. Honestly, couldn't be nicer people. Fuck, that's true. You're very nice, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
They don't know the real you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's true, yeah.
I'm kidding. They
You,
are.
you
They
guys
are.
can come do Day in the Life if you really good one trap.
Yeah.
What's that song by?
I don't know. Is this interesting?
Yeah, Day in the Life. Combine it, a trap.
Yeah, Denai knows it. I don't
Something
know.
like that.
I don't even listen to Interesting that much. But, and then one more comment before we score. I mean, before we start. Am I having a stroke today?
I was like, "For what?"
Tonight, it's because I literally read Denai's comment.
Oh,
Riley, scoring and training, absolute stinker. Stinker tendencies of a striker that doesn't score in games.
Oh my
That's what
God.
Denai said about Riley. So
don't hold back.
By the way, Denai's
It's-
in our group.
It takes a lot for Denai to comment on the video. So
I know, and he went with such vim. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just but Riley's, yeah, I don't know. That Riley
was-
answer was shocking.
It was a
to be
crazy
honest.
take. Training over a game is
It's
nuts.
crazy.
that is crazy.
Scoring in training is never better than scoring in the game.
There's no
He didn't
chance.
say that.
He said that's the best feeling in football.
Yeah, but he didn't say it's better than. That's not the
No,
best feeling.
but why would you choose that?
He should have
No,
said.
but he came with
He should have said
context.
scoring and then in brackets also in training or something
Yeah.
like.
in training when you have like when it's like us, like when we're
Yeah,
in
no,
training with us.
I know
I know what
the
he
logic,
said.
but it's just
Yeah,
you'd
how
rather
is that
you'd
better?
rather
It is
that in the
double
game.
logic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
But
If you're gonna choose between, you'd rather say the best feeling.
I get you. Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
I
coming
think he's saying because we just talk shit to him when he
Yeah,
does
yeah, yeah. I agree. Like when you train with your mates and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like when you score in training, it means more than like
it. Yeah,
when you're just training with randoms. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because you go silent for a while until I let you score. So it's okay.
but I just score in games. So.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Get to our IG follow because we can't have more subs than IG. How does that even make sense?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why would we ever have more subs than followers on IG?
It's weird. I feel
weird.
like usually it's like TikTok, IG subs.
Yeah.
Whereas for us,
We've
it's
got
like,
on TikTok subs IG.
yeah,
Our
that's
IG
weird.
has probably got the same followers for 3 years, I reckon.
It hasn't
But-
gone up.
Yeah, it hasn't gone up at all. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you're listening on audio, leave us a good review.
What's the next thing they should talk about?
Oh yeah, shit, we need to leave a comment. Well, let us know if you want us to do in-game vlogs and mic'd up, but also you tell them.
I'll give me a little bit. I'll come back to it.
Okay, Chris, if you think of something, feel free to say it.
Comment your favorite thing to bake.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would your specific favorite thing be? Cookies?
Cookies, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm good at them.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
make good muffins, but like they're a bit more like cookies. I know it like down
Back of
pat.
your
I
head,
don't
yeah.
have to like fluff around
Yeah.
or
Muffins,
cook. Or favorite thing to bake or cook. Just what's your favorite thing to do in the kitchen while you're listening to Let 'Em Shoot?
Doing the like, yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's get into it. Might as well start with the biggest game. Biggest game in English football at the moment.
Yeah,
Liverpool
definitely.
won. City won. Guys, there's a lot of talking points.
There's a lot.
There is a lot of talking points. But, Chris, we might as well start with you. Thoughts,
Sure.
feelings,
Um,
vibes.
feelings. I feel a bit gutted. Like it feels like a loss to me. I know we drew, and like it's not the worst thing in the world. We're on equal points with you, but obviously you're first because
Yeah.
of goal difference. You've scored 1 million goals in the last few games. But like City came out firing, and I was like, okay, we need to get a hold of this game. And then it sort of shifted, and we got some momentum. And I don't know, that goal it just was so frustrating to concede. Obviously, like I think you were saying before, it was like off camera, it was a planned thing apparently, a training drill corner that they had practiced, and they executed it perfectly. They drew McAllister out. Darwin doesn't know how to
Sleeping,
mark,
yeah.
and Stone scores. But I feel like second half, that's some of the best football we've played all season.
Yeah.
We came out firing. They had some chances. Kelleher made a good save. They hit the post twice, or crossbar and post. But I don't know. I just feel like we deserved to win that game, and it's hard. I feel like this season as Liverpool fans, we've been complaining a lot, but it's hard when decisions, like I'm not saying that at the end that penalty was a clear-cut penalty, but it's just frustrating. It happens to us a lot, and it's like it didn't really get looked at properly, I feel, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's obviously I'm going to say it's a penalty because it's my team, but I don't know. It just, I feel like we deserved a lot more out of that game. I feel like Diaz had such a good game, but wasn't clinical when it mattered. He missed that one-on-one horrendously. I feel like, it's going to sound harsh, but I just feel like Gakpo isn't good enough for this squad at the moment. Darwin comes off and there's nothing up front. And I'm not saying we would have won the game if Darwin had stayed on, but I just feel like he should have stayed on. I know he's has been a little bit injured, but I don't know. I feel like when he came off, Gakpo offered absolutely nothing. And even the one chance he did have, which ended up being offside, he hits the crossbar. And so, I don't know. I just feel like we definitely deserved to win that game. We were definitely better than City in the second half. And there's games where we versed them where we haven't been great and we've scored. I'm like, okay, we deserve the draw. But today, I just feel like we deserve the win. And it's just, it's not the end of the world. I know Samuel said a few weeks ago, a draw, like we can afford a draw. But it just feels shit. It feels like we lost and we didn't deserve to draw that game. I feel.
hear you. From a neutral perspective, I think even Klopp said after the game that's Liverpool's best performance against City that they've ever played. Yeah, and that's what he said because
It's got lies, man.
Liverpool controlled the most parts of the game, more possession against City. Who would have expected that coming into the game? Expected goals way more shots, more big chances created. I feel like if we're speaking about which side deserved to win the game and who was the better side, it was clearly Liverpool. I think City, especially in the second half, they were holding on in that game, and you don't see many teams do that to City. So I feel as though it makes sense that he would think that that's their best performance because even times where you've looked dangerous in games, it's been like throughout little break periods where
It's
City
not
were,
like we've dominated
Exactly.
for a whole half.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think he's kind of right. I
Yeah,
thought
and-
Liverpool were good.
Mo Salah had more touches than Haaland and he came on in the second half.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like
And that was without Salah
Verge.
starting.
you cannot say a word today. Verge was at his absolute best today. And I think Konate being injured. Even I said to my husband last night, like I was very nervous that
Konsa.
Konate not playing. Like they've just been so good, and I just was a bit worried about Kwanzaa, but he was great. I feel like he did really well.
him.
Yeah, he's really good,
Yeah,
calm
he's
on the
nice.
ball. I don't feel like there was any shaky moments in defense except when Verge didn't realize that Haaland was behind him, but we got back and scrambled and got the ball back. But yeah, I just feel like every part of the field we were better than them and we still didn't win. It's like,
It's frustrating.
what else do we have to do
Yeah.
to beat these guys? Like
I think as well, no Trent. Salas on the bench came on 60th minute. No Allison. No
Kelleher's
Konate.
still, Konate. It's,
Robbo didn't start.
yeah.
Robert didn't start, yeah.
They had a lot of good players out, and for when they did come on, so second half predominantly, they look like the better team. So I don't know. City, I think, they're nervous going into this Arsenal game, if I'm honest, because
Absolutely.
the big games that they've come up against in the league this season, they haven't looked great.
Yeah.
For the most part, anyway. Bud, what do you think? What do you think this means for the title race?
I think it's a big wake up call for Pep. I think he can't just go into games expecting to be like. I guess big teams don't what's the word I'm looking for? They're not fearing City like they used to. I think teams are now going into the City fixture like, if we play our game, we can get a result or we can challenge these guys. Especially like a team like Arsenal when they come up against them. It's more like Pep has to try think of things now. Like think of ways to beat Arsenal. Whereas before it was more like,
If they do what they need to do.
yeah, like it'll be the other team adapting to City. Whereas I feel like now it's more, he has to think of stuff to do now as well. Like we saw that he did the set piece against Liverpool, which is showing that he kind of respects the opposition now more. I feel like in previous years he just lies about respecting teams. Like he's just
says it
saying
because he has to.
Yeah, he has to. But
I feel like he lies. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
this year he's
Fake nice.
feeling it more. Like pause. He's feeling the pressure a bit more. Going into games like they're not dominating like they used to. Even against like a bad Chelsea, we went in going in like effort. We're gonna play how we normally play, and just go out to him. And it was 4-4. Whereas like any other game against City, we'd go in and be 1-0 down already, and then 2-0 in like 2 minutes, and then the game's done. But now just teams are just more like, we can actually play against City. I think their defense this year has been their worst like defense in years in terms of, they've got 4 great people at the back, but they don't really defend. Like, and when they have to, you can see that they get caught out. Like Ake pressured and he coughs up a penalty. So it's like you can force them to make errors at the back if you play higher and like not just sit deep and absorb all the pressure and try counter.
Yeah, even our midfield was like, I thought our midfield was going to be the weakest part of our game, and you see their midfield versus ours.
Yeah.
Like we did probably have our strongest midfield today, but I just feel like we absolutely dominated there as well. And
You did,
to shut a player like De Bruyne out of the game, yes, he had good
completely.
moments, but he couldn't
He
do
got
anything.
pocketed.
Yeah.
Same with Haaland. Like it's just, I don't know. Yeah, if it's a confidence thing of other teams, but I don't know. Like when have you seen a team do that, shut down like City before? It's like, you shut down De Bruyne, they'll find another play to get through. But even Bernardo Silva was rattled in the second half. Like he was getting the shits about everything, making bad tackles. Like
All their
I
players
don't
that
know.
normally do make a difference, I don't think showed up yesterday.
And I think on top of that, I feel like losing Gundogan and what he brings to the team has changed that side a lot. And I feel like that's probably why they've struggled in some games to really dominate the midfield. I just feel like Gundogan not being there and not having a replacement on that level in the way he plays, the way he moves the ball, the way he creates, he scores in clutch moments. I feel like that's probably what's hurting them the most, as well as maybe not even having Cancelo. Because if you look at their fullbacks now, they don't have anyone really who can invert, anyone who can really create like decent chances going forward as well. So I think they're relying a lot more on KDB, and I think teams have realized if we try and just pocket him and then keep Haaland busy, they struggle a lot. So I don't know. It's very interesting because it doesn't seem like the City that we're used to. But
that's
then
a
again,
really
they
good
could
point,
come back.
actually, because I feel like they created nothing from their wing backs. Whereas like when they had Cancelo, like when we put up the TikTok of like the combined 11, I said to Rick, I would have 100% put Cancelo in if he was still there. Like I feel like he was such a creative player for them, And even Walker, like I feel like he wasn't getting very high today either. Like, I don't know. I just feel like everything was created from like, I feel like Foden was dropping down, getting the ball and like making a run, stuff like that. I just feel like,
Yeah.
I guess
they
they
got
got
suffocated.
anything from their wing backs.
Their new system is like more so Stones as the highest of the back
true.
four. So
Yeah. They don't
that's
really
probably
use
why
them.
like they lack any real threat from left and right backs because
Yeah.
Stones is playing in midfield.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. It means Foden, Alvarez may be more isolated than they would be typically.
And they're not isolation players. Like, I don't see... Like, if they had like a... I'm not even trying to cap, but if they had Arsenal wingers, you know, I think that might help them. Because Arsenal wingers can play more isolated and create from being isolated more so than, I'd say, Foden, more so
Alvarez.
than I'd say Alvarez, because he's probably more
I thought
of a
the
striker.
Alvarez start was weird. I'm
Yeah.
like, you've got Doku. I know he's not, maybe he wasn't fully fit, but I just thought that was strange.
Can I... Yeah.
Alvarez wide.
I think we need to talk about just the slander Doku gets. But you look when he plays, like,
He's a threat.
every time he gets the ball, he's either a threat or he's being triple marked. So it's like clearly
Space, yeah.
he's creating space somewhere else instead of people being like, oh,
Yeah.
he's final ball, he's not scoring, he's not assisting, but he takes a lot of pressure. So I agree. I feel like I probably would have started him in that game.
I think so.
And
I
then
was
brought in
very
Alvarez
surprised
to
when
change
he
the game.
didn't start. Yeah.
Yeah, especially against Bradley has been great for Liverpool, but he's still
Yeah,
young.
but he's an
He
inexperienced.
can't, exactly. He can't. 90 minutes against Doku would have been,
Hell.
and you would
Yeah.
have also pushed him back.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
creating chances for Liverpool. You would have kept him at least 30 meters further
Yeah,
back.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
point.
I mean, personally, I would have, but
But yeah, I think it's a bit scary now because Pep's good at adapting, as you can seen over the years. So maybe this might mean he does
a
something
wake up
crazy.
call, yeah.
Yeah, for like the next like 10 games.
And then really, they're still 1 point. Are they
Yeah.
1 or 2 points
I
behind?
think
One.
two.
One.
Is it one?
Is it one?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait.
Or maybe we're
It's
both
63,
on
64,
Yeah, it's
64.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
64.
Yeah, 1 point
One level.
behind. They're in FA Cup. They're
Yeah.
they're in
In
Champions
Champions
League.
League,
Like
yeah.
they're not really slipping up.
I
but-
just feel like what Bud was saying, like the Arsenal game, like you guys are at an all-time like high with your confidence. Like it'll be interesting to see how Pep approaches that game. I know it's a few weeks away still,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. I feel like it'll be very interesting. That I think will even more like throw another spanner in the works to the title race because I have no idea what.
Do you guys think the KDB stuff that's we're seeing fractures in City, like that reaction,
Or if
how
he's
they
getting
kind of
taken
clashed, yeah? Or do you
I
think
don't
that's
know.
just that's part of the game? Like there's no drama.
Expect it from your best players.
I reckon it's part of the game.
Yeah.
I reckon even if KDB played 0 out of 10 performance, he would have been fuming to come off it, especially in that game. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a player of that level, you just know you can make a difference.
Definitely
At
at
any
any
minute.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if you're playing poorly,
It's like why take
You need it.
yeah, he's like thinking I could easily do something, which he
Yeah.
has.
Definitely.
Why do you think he
Cool.
took him off?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Is it still like the hamstring load?
I
That-
think
potentially.
He's
That's
been
what I
coming
thought.
off.
that's
like,
Yeah,
that's the
coming
most
on.
sense that I see.
It makes sense.
And
Yeah.
Pep's the smartest manager in terms of like rotation and
Yeah.
and being able to keep players relatively fresh for like the big moments. So that's the only explanation I can see as well.
But he also did bring Alvarez off as well. So like I feel as though to bring Doku on and take De Bruyne off, they kind of changed
yeah,
system.
Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I mean?
That's a good
Because
point.
Alvarez was obviously tucking in a bit more.
Yeah.
Doku was going to be out wide, so he wanted to bring more of a holding midfielder on because he brought Kovacic
Yeah.
on for, I don't know if that's why, but
And I think just playing in Anfield's like different. Like
yeah.
you have to be on your A game to
Yeah.
win. there.
Anfield was
Badly.
crazy today as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like
From the first minute.
Just
yeah.
the
I think we've
shift
got
as
to
well.
take that into account as well.
The game can like I remember maybe it was a season before last season or last season
no, last season.
when the first game or was it the second game where we were neck and neck and then the game swung after Arteta and
yeah, that was
Klopp.
that was the season
beef.
before. Yeah,
And the game changed. I think we conceded 4. Like
Yeah.
after that, we ended up conceding 4 goals.
yeah.
Yeah, Anfield is
It's-
different.
yeah.
Like getting a win there.
It's hard. Everyone has to
is
be like
different.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like it makes sense like that they kind of it didn't look like they were going to win the game, but holding on is probably what Guardiola wanted just
That's
to get out of that
why,
game.
yeah.
like, it feels like a loss. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
they, not that they were playing for the draw in the end, but I feel like they were happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they
definitely.
knew they got the better end of the deal. But I was
Yeah.
like, it just, yeah.
Yeah.
If he lost
Feels like
that, that would have
we
been
didn't win that
more than just the 3 points.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would have hurt him as
Momentum,
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, momentum especially because City now, they have the easiest of the last 10 games, but they didn't win that game. So the mental edge of like them beating Liverpool isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like now they play Arsenal. Arsenal go there without losing to either City or Liverpool.
Yeah.
Surely that fills all the Arsenal players with like a mentality that we can easily win.
Because we haven't had that.
But history has it that City are better at chasing. So maybe it's like they want to play that, you know, where last year you saw that you guys were top for a while and you guys play and they would like kind of match the results or better it. I feel like the pressure-wise, it's better for them to be the ones that chase in that
Potentially,
sense.
yeah. But now they've slipped up twice.
Yeah.
They drew with you guys, which they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And they now drawn with Liverpool without beating Liverpool. And now they have to play Arsenal. If they slip up again,
Yeah.
surely the mentality of the team, maybe cracks start to appear because players' expectation of where they should be versus what's actually happening might be different. Like you saw like players like Kyle Walker, their expectation is like to win everything. And if they start slipping up and the teams, Arsenal and Liverpool start going like this, who knows what
It can
will
be
happen
detrimental
last
to
8
them,
games.
like
Yeah.
mentality as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I get what you're saying though. Like City, like
And
they like the pressure. They always seem to just win, but it feels different this year. And I know everyone's saying like, yes, this is their worst run or whatever, and they're still 1 point off the top, but it just feels different. It doesn't
That's
feel
how
like
I feel
the
as
same
well.
City.
I feel like there's something about it which I don't feel the same as I would have felt last season, where you're like, okay, they're just gonna beat everybody and maybe draw one game. That's
even
it.
I feel like confident in you guys going to the Etihad and beating.
This is the most confident I've felt ever going to Etihad. I genuinely think we're going there to win the game.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going there to pick up a point.
No way.
I don't think we can afford to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford to go into that game saying a point is fine. I think we need to go into that game expecting to win. If we want to win, because for me, there will be no better feeling than at the end of the season we win the league and we've beaten City both times. We've beaten Liverpool and we haven't lost to either. I think that's the test of bouncing back from last season in like a we mean business, as opposed to like we've won the league and we haven't been able to beat our rivals. Like that's how I'm seeing it, and I think that's a mentality that we have for like going into these games.
Yeah. Chris, just quickly, you've got your City and Arsenal fixtures out of the way. What do you see for Liverpool for the rest of the season?
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like every single final game is winnable. The only games I'm a bit like, I don't know what's going to happen is the United game away. Like I just never know what's going to happen. Like I did not expect a 0 draw when they came to Anfield.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only game where I'm a little bit uncertain. And also they are playing better. So I don't know. I feel like, and also the Tottenham game, but it's at Anfield, so I think we'll beat them too. I'm not worried at all. I just think we need to focus on winning the rest of our games, which we can 100% do. We have a pretty easy run apart from those 2 games. And I feel like as well, the feeling of doing this for Klopp, I feel like is going to drive the players. And I guess it's up to the other teams now, but I feel like we're going to win the rest of our games. I don't see us dropping points again.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a big one.
After watching Tottenham yesterday, I'm like, these
Yeah,
guys
they're
play
coming
the
to
feeling.
Anfield though. And we have like a revenge from the last game
That's true.
when our goal got
True.
disallowed.
Liverpool's last
So-
4 games of the season is West Ham away, difficult. Spurs at Anfield, Villa away. And then Wolves
Oh, I forgot
at
about
home.
Villa.
F Villa, they're done. After watching this week, they're
Well,
finished.
we'll get into that. But MJ, one more. Sammy wanted me to ask
Yo.
on this GA conversation, specifically about Luis Diaz. Would you rather have had like Luis Diaz's performance in the game, like him being dangerous, causing trouble, but missing chances, versus someone who would have just performed
Haaland.
adequately, decent, but if he had got that chance that he had, he puts it away. Where do you stand on especially for a winger specifically in the GA? Like, is it because of where football is today that you you expect Luis Diaz to score and his performance isn't as good as it should be if he doesn't score? Or are you happy with his performance in the game as a winger?
I think for me, how I see it is Diaz's performance is highlighted because they didn't lose. But if they had lost the game, I think then he might have been scrutinized, which he already is, to be honest, for being wasteful. So for me, I'd rather a player who's a decent player, has a decent game, but steps up in the moments that you need, as opposed to a player like he was unplayable. I think he's an exceptional winger, definitely. I think he's one of the best wingers in the Premier League. But in that instance, when it's to win titles and the difference between 3 points, a draw or losing, I think you need a player who's going to convert. That's just the fact of the matter. You know, and wingers now are expected to convert. That's why Salah's there. That's why Salah gets his praise. He converts in moments, especially this season, where you've gotten points. It's because he's scored or he's assisted. And I think that's important. And it's probably the reason why in this day and age we rate those kind of players more. But I think in context to the game, if you ask Samuel, would you take 3 points or draw? He'd rather take 3 points. So that for me tells a story of you'd rather a player who's going to convert. That's just how I feel.
You know what it is? I'm not even joking when I say this. Darwin's rubbing off on Nunes.
Darwin's rubbing off on
Oh,
Nunes.
sorry. Darwin's rubbing off on Diaz. He's been hanging around with him in the cafeteria for too long.
Darwin's been great form.
That's a Darwin-esque finish, though. That's a Darwin-esque finish.
It is.
So to solve this, Klopp, if you're listening, separate these guys in the cafeteria. You know what our coach did like in drills? Separated us from drills because we just caused mayhem. So just keep them away from each other. Make them your captains when you're picking 11 aside.
I think if your question was, do I think he played well? I think he played amazing. I think he had a great game. He just didn't score, which a lot of players, they miss chances. But if the question was, who would you rather? I think you'd rather somebody who's going to score in those instances because that wins you the game.
The question was, would you rather have a player like him and his performance despite him missing chances, or someone with a worse performance
in general, or like in that,
but
in that
scores
game?
His chance? I think just for your side.
Oh,
okay.
So Martinelli versus Diaz is what he's trying to say.
I guess so. They've got similar numbers though this year, so it's like a weird comparison. But ultimately, yes,
that's what he's trying to say. Would you rather have Martinelli and just scores and will play all right?
But his overall game isn't the best.
Or Diaz plays good, maybe doesn't score at the end.
I think I like, and maybe more the player that I am, I think I like Diaz type players because I think there's going to be more moments where he creates something for somebody else, whereas the players that are more stats, goals driven, when they have stinkers, they don't help the team. Whereas Diaz is probably more likely, and we've seen this season, to create chances or to create second chances. So like he might beat somebody, give it to somebody in a good space, then they create. So I'd rather play like that. I think he's the better kind of player to have long term because those mid kind of performance players typically aren't going to do much unless you're talking about guys who are the best of the best, like Salah, where his numbers are ridiculous. But we're not comparing Salah to Martinelli. If the comparison was Martinelli, then I think players like Diaz I like because they give you more often than somebody like Martinelli, unless he gets numbers like Salah. That's just how I see it.
Fair enough. I think that answers the question. Oh shit.
So realistically, you just want Sterling. That's what it is.
What the hell?
Chelsea.
What do you mean Sterling?
Sterling's both.
He's the opposite of both.
Sterling?
Sterling's numbers are high.
No.
And he's
Not
he
the
can
last
play
two
good.
seasons. If you're talking about City Sterling, all right,
The real Sterling.
19 goals.
This is the best Sterling I've seen.
Are you
That's
right?
that's
It's
the worst
so
take.
way,
Yeah.
bro.
All right, let's go.
Oh my
let's
God.
go into the team that is now top of the Premier League. Chrissa, thank you for being
You're
here
welcome.
for Arsenal's emergence to the top. Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. And listen, there's a lot of talking points in this game because for a while it looked like Arsenal were going to drop points.
It did.
I was saying we're going to win 4-5-0.
I said,
Bud said, nah, I reckon it'll be closer. I reckon it's going to be a
I had
tighter
a
game.
weird feeling about that game because Brentford's like,
I think a lot of Arsenal fans were split between, all the predictions I saw, it was like either 2-1 or 5-0.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing in between. But they got the job done. Certain guy scored again.
King Kai. Samana. Sing a song, bud. You know the song. I know
I
you know the
actually
song.
don't know.
Yeah, it's all right to show you after.
I know
But
the Shakira one.
Havertz scores again. Arsenal top. That's 4 games in a row Havertz has scored.
Why do you come? Can I ask why do you come to me when you look at me when you say Havertz?
It's just interesting.
Because
Nah,
we want to
like,
know the
what is
feeling.
What is the feeling? Is he won Champions League for us? So it's the exact
Because
same.
listen, there was There was a thing last year where Rory Jennings said Haaland wouldn't score over 15 goals in the Prem. Then he scored fucking 30, whatever,
Broke the
6.
record.
Right.
Everyone keeps looking at Rory saying, what were you talking about?
Right.
This year, you said Havertz will be the downfall of Arsenal.
You did say that.
Right.
That's what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. And
So when he
agree.
does well, I'm going to look at you and
Okay,
say,
but
is this what's
you're comparing
happening?
him because of what? You're not comparing because of that. It's
What do you
because
mean?
he came from my team to your team. That's why.
no,
That's part
because
of,
if Havertz went
that's
to
part
another
of the
team,
reason you said he would
no,
be
but
the
if he went to
downfall.
another team,
So it's relevant.
if he went to another team like Liverpool, he kept scoring the exact same. Like
I'm sure Samuel would be
Oui,
sitting
oui.
in this position and be doing it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to you that it's early now. But you're proving my point. You're saying because he went to you guys.
Part of the reason you said he would do poorly was because he came from Chelsea and you saw him at Chelsea, and now you're saying at Arsenal he won't
Yeah.
do well, right?
And I said this guy could be the downfall for.
No, you said
he
he's
did
gonna
say
be.
he did say could be.
All right, but why is it every time we talk about it and we say the best lineup, you guys always take him out of it? You've taken him out of your best lineup.
Yeah, but we haven't had our
So I'm
best
just
lineup
saying.
fit.
No, but I'm just saying to you that
If you ask me
coming
right-
at me
if you ask
when
me-
he scores,
if you ask
one,
me
we got
right now,
65 mil for him.
who
we
I
lost,
think-
we lost 7 mil.
But the 65
7
mil
mil.
had nothing to
He
do
won the
with you
Champions
saying
League.
he'd be the downfall.
I know, but I'm
so
just
what
saying
are you bringing
we
it up
won
for?
Champions League with him.
What are you
Yeah.
bringing it up for?
And he won. He won a Champions League.
Yeah.
And we got sold for 65.
But that's got nothing to do with
why
it.
do you think it hurt? It doesn't hurt me.
Because-
Because scoring. I don't care about.
That's what you brought it up for, though.
No, I
you
didn't bring it up
the
because
65 mil.
I'm not salty because he left.
I know you're not salty because
So
you
then
left.
why does it matter?
That's why we're saying.
Yeah,
it
that's
would
why
be,
we're saying it.
It would be an argument if you were just salty he left, then it would
if
make
everyone
sense.
fit, you guys wouldn't start him.
But you said that he would
I'm
be.
just
You
saying.
came out after he moved to Arsenal. You
Right.
didn't have to be salty. You didn't have to say anything. You
Yeah.
could just say, "We got 65
Right.
mil for him. He won us Champions League. We don't need him. Good luck." But you said
No,
he
but
will
this
be
was
the
at the start of the year
downfall of
before.
Arsenal. True?
Of course, I said that at the start of the year when you saw his form to the back end of his Chelsea career, and then going into the league, like 3 games in, I was saying that stuff.
yeah.
Of course, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
And he was bad.
But you
at the
haven't
start.
changed your opinion.
No, but I'm just saying to you,
You
he
haven't
was.
sat here and said,
You
"My
haven't
bad."
said I'm sorry.
Because
haven't
now
said-
you're
If you
just
say that-
rating his goals.
No, we're not.
You just said he's just scored 4 in 4.
I'm bringing up a stat.
Yeah, but you're not saying that he's been playing well.
He has been playing well.
Why wasn't that your leading statement?
Because the
And
point
why
I
is
was
he?
making
If he's so
was
playing,
he scored the
all right,
winner.
so if he's playing so well, why is it that he will still come out for you then?
What?
In your best lineup, why would he come out?
If
he's playing so
for,
well.
for the game on Porto against Porto on Wednesday, I would not take him out of the lineup at all.
I'm just saying in general.
You-
not
we-
specific
I
games like
think
Porto.
for me previously,
Exactly.
he wasn't performing to the level we expected. Now he is. So he's proven wrong, me and you and every Chelsea fan that said he was going to be rubbish the whole season.
It's not
That's
proven.
the point where
It's
it
not
is.
proven wrong because
Why
I've
can't you
seen
say
this.
my bad?
You said he was
Because
gonna be the
I've seen
downfall.
this.
He
I've
hasn't
witnessed
been.
this. He'll score for a couple, and we'll be like, okay, cool.
He scored more goals than he did for you guys.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
There was one league where he scored 11 goals for Chelsea.
in the league.
Yeah.
No, not in the league.
Oh, sorry. In
I saw it was
general.
like 6.
But I'm just saying, like, I've seen this, so I'm not like I'm about to just change my decision on Havertz over like a stint that he's had now.
But he's-
because when you guys say,
But he's playing
best
much
lineup,
better. He's playing much
I
better.
think he looks like a better
he's
player.
playing much better now because
Yeah.
the team looks good overall.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's not like he's just scoring though. Like they said, like
He's
have
having
you actually
performances.
watched him play?
I've seen him play.
Even I think I said the other week we were talking about him, and I was like, he's actually not that. Like I think he's amazing or anything, but I'm just like he's actually playing.
I know, but
scoring, doing very well.
I'm saying I've witnessed this, so it's like I'm not gonna just change my decision yet.
yeah, but it's not one good game here and there.
No,
Like, he's picking
that's what
up-
I mean. Like he's gone on runs like this at Chelsea, where it's not just the goals though. He's been playing better without goals. But I'm just saying, like, I've seen this. I'm not gonna just change my mind because he's done this yet.
So what?
Like,
what
to me,
what does he have to do for you?
Yeah.
For you to be proven wrong.
There's
That's what I
also
wanna
10
know.
games to go, and he's now equaled the most goals he scored at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And there's 10 games to go in the league.
Yeah, in the league, not
Yeah.
overall for
Well,
Chelsea.
I'm saying in the league, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't mention that part till I just said it.
I said in the league.
No, I said that. Then
No,
you
we're
said it.
talking about the
We're talking
league
about- he said there's
specifically.
10 games to go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
10
saying.
I'm just
My
saying.
argument's
He
weak.
said he's
Yeah.
equaled his tally. That could be taken as overall.
Yeah, but
for
I said
Chelsea.
there's 10 games to go.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not like this is impressive. Yeah, he's playing
First
good.
season.
He's playing good, but I'm just like I've seen this before. So, and if you guys are the ones that are saying he comes out of your lineup when the best of available players are there, it speaks that you're not really convinced yet either. You like it because it's me against because I said this at the start.
You
That's
said
why.
it.
No,
That's
but
why we're bringing it up.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You're agreeing with me. You say because I said it at the start. You're coming to me, but
you
wouldn't-
still don't
in
rate
your
him,
best.
correct?
What do you mean?
You don't rate
as a
him
player.
still. You rate Havertz.
As a player, no.
No, do you?
As what else would he be asking?
Yeah, I just said no.
So what are the other options?
I said no.
As a guy,
What are the
as a
options?
bloke.
No, but I just
As a
said
person.
as a guy that as a guy that plays football. No, I don't.
Yeah, so what we're saying is we now think he has improved and he's made a difference and he's playing a lot better than he was before. But you still don't rate him. So we still can come to you and say, well, look at what he's doing.
Yeah,
But so your argument of us saying that he wouldn't start before is irrelevant because we've
No,
already
it
said
is.
now I don't know
Because
about
you
MJ,
still
but
wouldn't-
for Porto he would start.
no,
and
I'm
we
not-
have our whole team fit.
I'm not saying specific games. It's easy to pick out games because you might have to play different against certain teams.
Well,
And you would have.
we
play
have to win the
different.
game against Porto. It's Champions League. It's
Yeah,
knockout.
but you're picking a specific
Who am I?
game. I'm saying in general.
Well, I can't pick
he's
who
not
starts
starting
for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we
He's
can't.
not
though.
starting. Yeah, but I'm saying fully fit everyone. Havertz isn't your first choice to be in the.
Everyone's fully fit
in
right
the
now.
8, and he wouldn't be your first choice to be a striker. So I'm
Well-
just saying they're the two positions he plays. He wouldn't start
Well,
left
he's
wing.
displacing Jesus at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to you, fully fit players, because Jesus is coming back from an injury, like you guys said.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, fully fit, everyone. Say it's preseason just finished. Everyone's fit to
Yeah.
start next season.
Yeah.
You wouldn't tell me. You wouldn't sit here and tell me Havertz to start.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Personally,
so
I
then,
wouldn't.
So then you coming now.
But that just means we've got a lot of good
no,
players.
but I understand
Yeah,
that.
it means
I
the squad's
understand.
great.
City have players
saying
that
I-
wouldn't start,
No,
but they're
but-
still good quality.
I'm
Bernardo
saying
Silva
that
could be
I
on the bench at
understand
any
this. I
given
understand
time.
this. But I'm just saying to you that I understand what you're trying to say. Like I get it that you're coming at me because he's scoring and it's
No,
a winner
he's
or
playing well.
It's just because
it's
he's
a
not,
header
he's
or
not the
something.
downfall. is what
Because
we're saying.
realistically, if we're going to talk about that game, there was a controversial moment of him diving, and players do get yellows for that.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
this season.
Yep.
So if we're saying that, and he stayed on and scored the winner,
Yeah.
so
And before that, we should have been given 2 pens that weren't given.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But I'm just saying.
if those moments happen, he doesn't even have to do
You're
the-
allowed to say
he
them
doesn't even have to do
too,
the
but I'm
dive.
just saying, I'm stating that something did happen. He did dive.
Yeah, but
It
you're
was a clear
speaking, you're
dive.
speaking about things that didn't happen in the game. He didn't get sent off.
He did
was
dive.
on the pitch.
He did dive.
Yeah, I think he did dive. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you're saying stuff that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They got it wrong, but he did dive.
Okay.
So I'm just saying,
But he was
he's
on
not,
the pitch.
he shouldn't be on,
And he scored.
but he shouldn't have been on.
But you're doing the shouldn't have, this couldn't
Just
have,
like how we did
possibly didn't.
That's just how what we just did before in the other
For
games.
what?
For moments.
Yeah,
Like I'm
but-
saying, there's moments in games that shouldn't have happened, and
Mm-hmm.
we're allowed to say that. But that's a clear one that they got wrong. That's an error. as
Yeah,
well.
if there was one decision in the game that shouldn't have happened, I completely agree. But there was multiple decisions before that
Yeah.
that should have gone our way that didn't. So if they didn't happen,
It cancels
if they
out.
happen, it
Plus,
cancels
we
out.
still have one decision we should
it's
have
not
got.
really cancelled out because I'm just saying, like, the pen at the end. I'm guessing that's one of the ones you're talking about.
There's the Gabriel one and the Trossard one.
The Gabriel one, we can argue about that.
Okay, I saw it given literally for City against United.
Okay, so then that's
Trossard
just
with the same ref.
inconsistency.
With the same ref,
That's
exactly.
inconsistency. There
But that's
from
what we're
the ref.
saying. Like,
That's what
it's,
it is.
I'm
it
just
could have
saying
been,
that's what
would
it
have
is for the
been.
diving thing.
No, but that doesn't mean it's right that he gave it the other time. I'm just saying it's inconsistency.
No, but just arguing it's happened. So because it's not consistent, then you can't say it should have happened because.
Do you think that's a pen, the dive, the Gabriel?
Yes,
I'm arguing
genuinely,
it is.
I genuinely don't think it is, but
think
I
it
can
is.
argue it.
I think it is. Especially because the one you tried to call for Chelsea when we were watching at the cast.
And we didn't get it.
Exactly, you didn't get it.
Exactly.
But you said it was a pen.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
what we're
that's a
saying,
biased
bro.
point
So
of
it's
view.
the exact same.
It's biased.
Okay, now
That's
it's
why now
biased.
because it's you guys. You're allowed to say that too.
I'm not saying
I'm
it's
saying
biased.
watching it
I
from
think
no
it's
one
a
that
pen.
I don't go for Brentford or Arsenal. I can say that's not a pen.
Okay,
The ball's way past him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't dive, he's not getting there. He knew he's not getting there, and then he decided to.
Yeah,
to
but
go,
that
"Oh."
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's. I'm saying shit that happened.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Like I
But
get,
like I said,
he's been great.
Havertz is like you guys say. If he's been a great, fine. You guys can say
Why does
that.
it hurt you
I'm
to
not.
say he's been
No,
great?
that's what I'm saying.
He's
It's
just
not.
dancing
Which shows
around
he's
now.
still
It's not.
feeling
It doesn't
something
hurt.
about
Do
it.
I like him as a player? Is he performing as a player, or is he a
No,
nice
it
guy?
doesn't hurt because
Look, I don't
when
know.
you guys say it, I don't react.
Do you rate him? In what
So
sense?
like, if it hurt me, I would have reacted in the times you guys have mentioned it. But in the chat, I don't say anything. I leave it.
Exactly. You
I'm
don't
just
say
saying
anything.
when it's time for it to be the other way around, and that might come, I'm gonna be the one.
Well,
that's
it happened.
just as
I
is
know
right
that.
now. Just wait.
Yeah, I know
Just
that.
wait. I'm waiting for my moment too.
I'm
Just
waiting
like
for
how
that
you
to
guys
happen,
waited.
that's the thing.
Because
It's not
the
happened
games
in a
he
while.
was, the games he was shit, and I was talking. You guys were silent. Now it's flipped. So you expect
What
me
do
to
you mean
talk?
we're silent?
It
I
doesn't say
literally
anything.
said he's not
No,
good enough
at
to
the
be
start of-
starting.
At the start of the season, he wasn't saying shit.
Yes, I was.
He wouldn't say shit. You know, out of anyone.
This is cap.
You might.
He knows.
You
I
know
know.
he wouldn't.
No, it's
you
cap.
know he wouldn't.
It's cap.
That's why he's laughing.
He's not. He can answer the question.
No, he's.
I'm the
look
one
at
who
him.
said he shouldn't start.
So,
So
I
that
swear
argument
to
doesn't
you,
make
bud.
sense.
Doesn't matter. I'm saying the moments where he was bad in moments in
I
games.
was saying,
just
how
like
is this
how
guy
you
starting?
Just like how you highlighted moments in games where he was good.
I said
scoring.
he shouldn't start.
I'm not talking about the starting part. I'm
Well,
saying
then what do you
when
want me
he's
to
come
say?
on and done nothing.
What do you want me to say?
Even
then?
after he's not started, there's games where he didn't start and he came on and did nothing.
So if he comes
and I'm
on,
still gonna
if
talk
he
about
comes
them.
on and does nothing, and I say he shouldn't start, what else do you want me to say?
because he didn't start, he just came on.
Exactly.
Like I said.
And I say he shouldn't start the next game. He shouldn't start.
He didn't start though.
Exactly. So what else do you want me to say?
I'm saying I'm highlighting moments in games where he's been bad, like missed a shot or something. You guys are still silent.
What's clear is we can acknowledge when we've been wrong.
No, you can't.
And you can't.
Maybe he can.
What do you mean?
can't.
I said he
In
shouldn't be
games,
starting.
You won't.
I'm the one who said he shouldn't be starting.
It
It doesn't make sense.
Put in a 1 out of 10.
Logic.
Because
That
it's
logic
Arsenal.
doesn't. That logic
Because
doesn't
it's
make
Arsenal.
sense. That logic
Because
doesn't
it
make
does.
sense. If I'm
It
the one who
does.
said he shouldn't be starting for Arsenal, how am I riding out for Havertz? It doesn't make
Because
sense.
I'm saying there's
that
moments,
logic doesn't make sense.
Moments in games where he would come on.
So you want me in
miss a
one
chance,
specific
and
moment
I'm
to
going
say
at you.
what?
I'm saying
To say what?
You're saying he shouldn't start. I'm
Exactly.
saying I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about the moments where he's come on, done poorly, and I've highlighted that, and you're still saying, "Fuck it, we bought him. We got to ride for him."
This is never. I've literally never said
That's
that.
happened.
You just made
That's
that up.
happened. At the
It's-
start
yeah,
of the year,
show
it has
me.
happened.
Show me in
That
the
has
chat.
happened.
Show me in the chat where that
It's a
happened.
chat.
Show
It's
me.
it's
Show me.
happened.
Show
You
me.
know it's happened.
No, I know. I don't.
I can't be bothered going back in the chat.
No.
You know it's happened. That's why he's saying, "Show me." You know what I'm
There
going to
was
say. I'm not going to bring it up.
There was one game where Havertz was so bad, and he screenshotted my story where I said Havertz is so shit. Why is he starting? He screenshotted and he said, "Don't make me use this." But now he's not bringing it
No,
up.
the fact that, no, that's because
Okay.
that's because
Yeah.
he was at Chelsea.
Exactly.
He wasn't at Arsenal.
Exactly.
He was at Chelsea when he was saying this guy's shit. And remember when I went back into the chat
Oh,
and
it was
got
like a
old
Twitter.
posts?
No,
Yes,
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about my photo on my story where
That's
I said Havertz
different.
is so
But
shit.
I've
that's
also
different.
screenshotted-
Yeah.
I've also
That's different.
screenshotted
That's
moments
different. We're not
when
talking
you
about
said,
that.
well, I'm bringing that in now.
Well, I'm saying he's shit. So
Okay,
you're
cool.
just saying I never said he was shit. But
No,
I
I
said
never.
he was shit.
No, I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, what's your
no, I
argument
didn't.
then? What's
no,
your
I
argument?
didn't.
Are you
Right.
saying that? Are you saying that we shouldn't be happy he's performing because we
No,
thought it was bad at Chelsea?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying anything.
You're
now.
saying that I'm rattled. I'm saying I'm not because
are.
I'm not
Clearly
saying
you
anything.
are.
No,
but
I stated that.
You're expending energy. That's why I
I'm
think.
very
Very
Expending
loud.
energy
It's very
now.
loud
Yeah.
in here.
I'm expending
yeah.
energy now because it's like when it was the other way, you guys didn't comment as well. So
Wait,
it was,
what's
Why
the
does he
other way?
keep saying that? I said he was shit. I put up a story of my face after we
Oh, yeah, I
played a
remember
game,
that
and I
now.
said,
Yeah, yeah,
Havertz is so
Yes,
shit. I
yes,
could
do
start over
recall.
him.
Yep. Yes,
Now I'm
I do
saying he's
remember.
No,
good.
but I'm just
We've-
saying.
and
we've
playing
we've
well.
literally criticized.
No,
Havertz
but I'm
at the
saying I'm
start
not just talking
'cause he
about the
was
moments
poor.
he started and you've said he shouldn't be starting. I'm saying
That
when he's
wasn't
come
what
on.
that was.
But I'm saying as an overall, I'm saying Havertz when there has been moments where I've highlighted him playing for Arsenal specifically and he's been poor and I've put that into the chat. There was no replies.
What's the logic? That doesn't mean we think Havertz was
No,
mad.
but I'm saying it's reversed now.
What?
It's reversed now.
Well,
Like
now
I'm
we're
saying,
on a podcast. Before is a chat, so you have to comment on
No,
what
but
we're
I'm saying now-
Otherwise, we'll just sit here in
No,
silence.
but
and it
I'm
won't
saying
be-
I'm saying as a general thing. I'm saying now it's the other way around. This is why I'm giving the same energy. I'm not saying anything because I don't
what
care
we've
about
done.
it.
Where
I don't know.
like we've capped.
I don't know. I've been so
I don't know what we've done.
transparent with
understand
how
what
I
I'm
felt
saying.
about Havertz.
I'm saying
the whole
that-
time he's been at Arsenal.
You keep adding at me in the chat now,
Yeah.
and you expect me to reply, but I'm not going to do that because when it was flipped, the same energy wasn't.
But you're not coming. You're not coming into the chat now and saying, "Fuck Havertz, that performance was good."
Yeah.
Or Havertz, that goal was good. Havertz, that start.
We used to say
you
he's-
play-
Why
We
on
bad.
earth would I need to say that to you guys?
What we've said
'Cause
players that we
we're
think are shit
accountable
are,
of performance.
have
It's
played
easy
well.
to say
Or are
someone's
good.
been playing.
I literally have said
because you can clearly see it. I'm not going to say Havertz plays good.
we were
because
making fun
you,
of Caicedo.
You two have said it.
We were making fun of Caicedo, and then when he played well, we said, "Fuck
Yeah.
Caicedo."
Yeah,
was
it's
good
actually
today."
No, really.
You just
no,
can't
really.
say anything
There's
about
certain
Havertz.
people. There's certain people that will never say anything about Caicedo and highlight only
Well,
when
that's
he
when
plays bad.
talking about us.
Yeah, exactly.
When-
'Cause
are you-
it
'cause
means
you-
so much to you guys.
No, it means so
It
much
does.
to you. You are
No,
arguing
it
it.
literally means so much to you guys because you highlight. You're adding. Oh, bud, look at Havertz.
Why are you
playing
getting so
good."
triggered?
I'm not.
You could have just
I
said.
told you at the start.
You could have just said, "My bad."
This guy
Yeah,
won us
Havertz
a
played well.
Champions League.
That's good.
He won us, but I don't need to say that. Why do you
But
want
you were
that from me?
you weren't
I'm not
doing
going
all
to say
this.
that.
You weren't doing all this at the start. At the start of the season, you weren't doing all this. Yeah, he won us a Champions League. Fine, I don't
did.
mind.
You
I
said
don't
and we
mind.
sold him
you said
for
watch.
65.
You said
You
watch.
said watch him be the downfall of your side.
I literally
which
said
shows
we
you were
sold
triggered.
him for 65.
Which shows you were triggered.
Meaning we lost 7 mil and he won a Champions League. I did say those stats at the start of the year as well.
But you went on to say it doesn't matter if you go on to say watch him be the downfall.
Because he was bad at Chelsea.
I think he'll be
And I
the
would
direct reason
No, but
you'll
the
be
thing
bad.
is, the thing is,
You
I've
didn't say
been
another
consistent.
player. You said Havertz will be the direct reason we're bad.
I've been consistent with it because at Chelsea, I'd said he was bad as well.
What do you mean?
Numerous times when he played at Chelsea. When he was bad at Chelsea, I would say he played bad. And
we have no proof of this.
What do you mean?
I know you're saying this now, but we have.
You've known I
you
said
haven't
this.
even cursed
You've
out
known I said
Mudryk,
this.
and
You've
you're
known I
now
said
saying
this.
you've cursed out Havertz.
Havertz has been there for 2.5 seasons at Chelsea. Three full seasons at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to say that now. First season, you didn't hear me say anything about it.
You said while Havertz was playing, you were saying he was bad.
Exactly.
I haven't heard
Because
you
I'm
say a
saying-
word about Mudryk, and he's been awful.
He's done a.
In a
He's just
year.
completed a season now.
Yeah, and you haven't
Yes,
said
now.
one thing bad
Yeah,
about him.
he does some strange stuff, man.
He does some strange stuff, but there's no consistency.
He's talking about you're talking about him, aren't you?
No, I said.
He hasn't been starting for me to be like criticize this guy.
Oh man.
When he starts and plays bad consistently, like Havertz,
Yeah.
then I'll
So
happily be
Enzo,
like,
year and a half. You've said bad things about Enzo.
Enzo hasn't been playing bad for me.
Okay, there we go.
He's not being bad.
It just
Oh,
shows.
The whole
man.
club's been bad, but Enzo's not.
I'm
bad.
not saying this
We're
argument.
not gonna go into Enzo.
Yeah, I'm not making this argument to make it sound like Enzo's been good or bad. I'm making it to say that you didn't say anything about Havertz when
I
he was
did.
at Chelsea,
I
and
did.
nobody has any
Nah,
proof of it.
No,
because you don't talk bad about
Ask
Chelsea
everyone.
players.
I
That's
do.
why.
I do.
No.
There's certain Chelsea players I don't like.
I don't know any.
Okay, Aspilicueta.
No, you did it as a troll thing at the end of his career.
So when I say I did, it's a troll now.
Well, you did it in like the last year of his career.
I've generally said it many times.
yeah,
It can't be a troll.
Give me one more, just so I'm solidified.
Havertz.
Nah, that Havertz one never happened.
Okay, whatever.
Mike, what do Arsenal need from their remaining fixtures to finish the league as champions? Finish the season as champions?
Well, we have to beat City, because the fact of the matter is we need to put points on them, and we pretty much need to not lose. We can't lose any game.
Yeah.
Put it simply, we can't lose a single game, and we can't afford to drop points in games or teams that we shouldn't be dropping points. Like we've got a really hard. I think we got the toughest fixtures. We can't afford to lose one, and realistically, we can only draw one game, and those are the margins.
Yeah.
Can we do that? I think we can, but that's also dependent on, similar to last season, we need the guys who are performing to keep performing, and we can't afford players to get injured. That's it.
I know we have City as our next Prem game. We still have to play Spurs away,
Tough game.
United away, Villa at home.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm just on the hard games first, and then I'll do.
So you beat us,
I'll
did
do
you?
the easy games.
Did you beat us this year?
Well, it's relevant to where you're playing,
No,
right?
you haven't beat us.
Is it relevant to where you're playing?
You
or
haven't
no?
beat us.
Is it relevant or no?
You didn't beat us.
Is it
God,
relevant
not
or no?
again.
You didn't beat Chelsea.
Just make the
And,
argument.
and I can't wait for that game. That's going to
Okay.
be.
You know what? I
Nice.
would love
That's
if
gonna be my
Havertz
favourite
scores the
game.
winner against you
I
guys.
won't.
I would love if it's the other
Like
way
the
around and he
90th
gives away the
minute.
penalty
won't.
or it's an own goal. Mum's like,
it's
that'd
too
be
late.
better than winning the league.
Scoring an own goal.
That'd be better than winning the league.
Yeah, for you because
'Cause
that's
we've
the
won it so many
level
times.
You're
of-
11th.
Because
yeah,
I've witnessed my team win
That's
it
11th
11.
mentality.
5 times.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying.
you went for Chelsea 2005.
I've told you this.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
for the love of
I
God.
have.
I didn't know that.
We're not getting into that. We can do that on a tell-all of why I.
Well, anyway, yeah, Arsenal have to play those teams, and then we've got a couple tricky games, but
What do you think will be Arsenal's, like, I don't want to say downfall, but if they don't win those games, like, do you think it'll be because of injuries
The
or
reason?
like, yeah, the reason, like what?
defensively we're very solid. So I don't think I can come out and say it will be a defensive issue. I think it's just going to be like the pressure specifically
It might
falling
get to them a
on
bit.
different players.
Yeah.
Like in games where we need to score, in games where we create so many chances and just can't put them away.
Yeah.
I think that will be the game we drop points. Not because we've like conceded 3 or 4 goals to
Yeah.
a team. For me personally, I think it's like the moments of pressure
Yeah.
for like, I don't know, front three, midfielders, everything.
enough.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know.
Because we don't have moments like last season where we switch off.
Yeah.
We're cruising 2-0, bang, 2-2. So it's not going to be like that. I feel like it's what Jeremy said. It's just the pressure of converting chances
And like
more than anything else.
Like the Porto
games-
game.
Yeah.
Like defensively, we were solid for the whole game. We conceded at the end, but
And sometimes that
we
happens.
couldn't score.
Yeah.
We couldn't even we didn't even threaten really.
And the pressure just builds more as the time goes on.
That's what I
You're just
think. I think if we don't win the Porto game, I think mentally the team takes a huge knock.
Yeah.
And I think we go lose the City game as well.
Yeah.
But if we win Porto, mentality will be up.
Yeah,
I think we go
confidence up,
I
everything.
think we go to City and get a result.
And I'm just stating facts.
Okay.
I checked this. The last 9-10 games for Arsenal last year, we remember what happened
Yeah.
after the Liverpool draw.
Yeah.
They drew the next 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then they drew 1 more. So basically what I'm trying to say is, out of the last 9 games, you drop points in 6
Yeah.
last year.
Mm-hmm.
After like a game where it was like an important game
Yeah.
for you guys to win.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think you cough up to City or Porto, we might be seeing the same thing.
Well, people said that after the Porto game that this is a start, and we ended up winning. So I think mentally and the way we play it's very different to last season. I think our best this season is better than last season.
Let's go Villa Spurs. Villa
Crazy.
thumping. Spurs 4 Villa 0 at Villa Park.
Damn.
My first question is to MJ because he's seen Emery ball in full effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is this result going to be the downfall? Is this going to be the derail of Villa's season? I'm not saying they finish like 8th, but does this mean their upwards trajectory, that's where it drops off, or are they going to bounce back from this?
Well, I tipped them to fall out of the top 4.
Same.
So on that same narrative, I think this kind of shows the inconsistencies that they might have. You can say it's attributed to some of the injuries that they've had, players not kind of being inconsistent, but I just don't see them maintaining that level to be able to crack the top 4. And I just don't see them being as dangerous as Tottenham can be. I feel like if you look at the 2 now, Tottenham's a harder team to play against. That's just the reality. So I think it's going to hurt them. I think that game they need to win, because now if Tottenham wins their game in hand, then they jump them, right?
Yeah.
So I think that hurts them big time. Because they still got to play us. We got to play them.
They got to play what, Villa?
Yeah.
I think they have to play
got a hard
Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't think they
I
play
don't
City.
see them getting points in those games. So I think in terms of them trying to make top 4, I think they'll make
They have to
Europe.
play City as well.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I think they had to win that game to keep the distance. But I think that's the end. I think we're seeing that start that they had, that little beautiful period, it was kind of overstating how they really were. I just don't think that they have it to be able to crack the top 4, which is, I'm assuming, what they expected from this season.
With how
at some
Tottenham's
points.
looking too, I don't feel like I said, if they win their game in hand, they have some hard fixtures too, but I just feel like with Tottenham's form at the moment, most of their players are back. I just feel like they're going to keep this upwards form, and Villa might drop off a bit.
I think Spurs and Villa both have to play the whole top 3
Yeah.
in their
Right,
last
okay.
10
Oh,
games.
true,
so they
yeah.
could fucking very much decide
Jeez.
Yeah,
the,
wow.
the title race. But I think Spurs take more points
Yeah.
Yeah.
than Villa do.
Definitely. That's how I'm seeing it.
I
Definitely.
think it just shows that before the game, the lineup shows that one coach just backs his team, whereas another was just in question of who should start, what formation I should play. Like, we haven't seen Villa play 5 at the back at home in a while. And to me, that shows that maybe he didn't back his players, whereas Ange, no matter what, he's playing his exact same players, same formation. And they were just like, we back our game. We're going to go away at Villa, which you don't really score for,
Yeah, I
and
was
just play our
surprised.
game and win. Whereas he was like, let me set up defensively, which was weird. I don't think he's done that this year.
Especially
with
at
5.
home.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's why
saying.
it's a
Like,
strange.
They've been so good at home.
yeah, and
too.
you've had most of your players fit.
Yeah.
The back line was just coming back, and you decided to put 5 defenders, and it just, from the start, like you saw, their Tottenham's fullbacks just pin their wing backs. So the whole game was just Watkins versus Van der Ven, who's fucking showed his pace, and Romero. Like,
It's tough.
2v1, and he has to try hold it up and try like create something that he's not really that type of striker. It just shows that they went into the game with the wrong tactical setup.
I hear it. What do you guys think? Can Villa drop further than 5th, or is 5th going to be the cap?
What's the points difference between
Yeah, what's-
5th and...
United's 8 behind Villa.
Oh shit.
I don't think they can. I don't think
West
United
Ham
can catch them.
12.
No, same.
That's hard. I think United look like they're picking up some kind of like something, but I don't see Villa having a complete
They're
capitulation.
not gonna not win. Like, yeah. I feel like I said a few weeks ago that Villa would finish 4th, but after today, it is just one game also. But I'm just like, they just didn't look great at all. And with how Tottenham looking at the moment, I feel like 5th. Surely they can't drop lower than 5th.
Yeah.
It would be like
big point
a
difference, yeah.
big bottle job if they.
Because the other teams also have to play other fixtures. So
Yeah.
it's just going to be depending on results on that week. Like if they drop points, they'd probably rely on like United to drop points.
Yeah.
Which would probably happen.
Yeah, United are definitely dropping points
After
throughout
that
the whole year. Yeah, despite the win. Lastly, if Spurs get top 4, is that Ange's greatest achievement as a manager?
So far, like in his career.
Yeah. He's done treble in Scotland, I think. Well, I think he's done the treble. Well, they've won the Scottish League, won the Cup. He's won Asian Cup with Australia. He's won it, obviously, at Melbourne and Brisbane.
Yeah, he won in Japan.
But is top 4 a bigger achievement than those
I'm
things?
going to say, for me, I think you could argue it's his most impressive achievement because he lost Harry Kane and people kind of put the nail in the coffin saying he's finished. Like, they're not going to score goals. He's not going to get anything out of Richarlison, which he did. Son is out of form, which he's performing now. Yeah. He's gotten probably the best out of Maddison. If you look at Sarr, he's playing well. Udogi's playing well. Porro's playing well. Yeah. Romero's playing well. He brings in Van der Veen. He's been a great signing. So I think if he's behind City, Arsenal, Liverpool, that's a very good season considering
First
Villa.
too,
Yeah,
most people had Spurs like far down. I know I had him 8th.
Yeah,
I probably would have as well.
A lot of pundits had them not even cracking Europe.
And not just like obviously where they are is impressive, but the way that Tottenham are playing and what he's got, like you said, what he's gotten out of these players. Like, I feel like to do that in your first season, it's in the best league in the world. It's freaking huge. Like, it's very, very impressive. You could say it's his biggest achievement, and I feel like he's only going to like get better as he signs more players, as he plays his system more.
I hear it.
You know, it's a big deal.
I think the biggest positive is I think Tottenham now are like able to attract better quality players because of the way they play now.
They got a good project.
A little bit more.
Yeah, more players are going to be like, I want to go to Tottenham now.
Yeah.
Whereas in a couple seasons, they were a bit like, yeah, Tottenham are interested, but I'll wait out for a bigger team. Whereas now, like, if you hear Tottenham's coming for you, you're more than likely going to be like, yeah. Because they've got the money. They've got a good stadium.
Yeah.
The fans
got the best stadium, probably.
Yeah.
The fans look like they're behind the team now. Like, they love Ange.
Yeah.
And so that's probably a big plus. Winning, like, titles is obviously still a little bit better. Like, trebles, big. But he's probably more proud of this one than... Well, I don't know.
It'd be great to see how he goes in the Champions League and stuff as well, if they make top
exactly,
4.
yeah. Champions League.
Yeah.
Isn't it to 5th this year?
No, I don't think it will be. No, it could have been, but because United did so poorly.
Yeah, the rating or something.
The rating of England goes down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like another, I think Serie A goes up.
So Ten Hag fucking up everywhere.
Yeah, literally.
You guys take heat for it.
United as well, just quickly they won, so we should probably talk about it, but this game was one of the worst. If I was personally a United fan, this is probably the most deflated I would have felt after a win. Because that
100%.
performance was... Like, if you didn't look at the scoreline and you just watched the game and try to guess the scoreline after, you'd think Everton won maybe 3-0.
Everton
3-1.
Yeah, for me, like, Everton could have literally got a result in that game.
100%.
They probably could have won the game.
Yeah.
I can't believe what they were doing at the start of the game with the chances they created.
Their defending was diabolical. Yeah, Bud's got Tarkowski.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
was the worst
penalties-
for such an experienced player to
And
give
the
away
second one.
that.
Both
The
penalties
second one
are so bad.
Stupid. And as like, if I'm the other players and Pickford, I'm pissed because they were on top of them. Like, most of the ball was in United's
I
half.
can't believe how that game
It was
ended
just
up.
like United escaped with that game.
Bad.
Oh, 100%.
2 penalties, and it just shows that like they're not it's not a. It's he's saying like this is progression. It's not.
It's not.
It's just
That's
you got
luck.
away with the
It's
win.
kind of delusional. Because
It is.
the
They smash and
performances-
grabbed at home
Yeah.
pretty
It
much.
was
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. Everton had 22 or 23 shots.
Yeah.
And it just shows that stat that you said the other week is believable. Because I didn't really believe it. I thought someone just made a fake stat of like United faced the second most shots behind Sheffield. And then now after that, I'm
It's
like,
probably
it,
more.
it makes
Probably
sense.
most.
probably
Yeah,
most,
23.
yeah.
That's probably first now.
I don't know how many Sheffield had against
It was-
Bournemouth, but
Can't
And
believe
8
that
corners.
result.
Like, and if Everton were smarter with the chances they put away at the start, they probably don't go on and get 2 penalties.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
God.
concede. I reckon if
Sheffield-
Everton scored
Sheffield
first, they wouldn't have
conceded
conceded a
32
single
shots
goal.
against Bournemouth.
Oh Jesus!
They really play like
Sheffield
nah, I
are
want-
fucking, but yeah.
They're like, no, I want
They
first
want
place.
that stat, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
If
United,
we're getting
man.
relegated, want to get.
Yeah.
We did have a United guy comment something, actually. We could have a United correspondent, but...
Casemiro looked drunk first 20.
Oh, yeah. Our guy... I don't know how to pronounce this, man. Nayun. I don't know.
Nayun 15.
Nay1, yeah. Man United have been hit with massive injuries this season, to be fair. Since the beginning of the season, we've only played our best backline with Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Dallo 3 times in all comps. That's a good stat, to be honest. Harry Maguire, despite being better, has still been shit. Hasn't really deserved the praise he's received, in my opinion. Johnny Evans has been a lot better. Otherwise, we're playing backlines with players out of positions. We don't know how to actually play out from the back with Onana. We've definitely been a bit shit this year, but we've almost never had a healthy squad.
It's fair.
It's perspective,
It's
which
United,
we would
though.
never ever provide because we don't care.
We don't care.
But
And we don't like you.
I
It's
mean-
Manchester United versus Everton at home.
and
Regardless
especially how we've seen Spurs play when they were like riddled with
Very
injuries,
depleted. Yeah.
it makes me think like you can still insert the way of playing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like regardless of the result, and like if United had dominated the game, but they had like leaked goals because they had players that were shit at the back, or they couldn't finish because they had players that were shit
Yeah.
up front, it's different. But watching the game, it looked like they were just way worse as the side.
I think some people need to watch the games and not just look at like
That
the
there is-
scoreline.
yeah, yeah.
Because if you look at that, you're like, yeah, like United must have played good. Little 2-0.
It's like, okay, you'll take the 3 points, but you cannot be happy as a United fan with that performance.
Exactly.
Like,
Facts, yeah.
and I know they have like no left backs and whatever, but like they still have enough quality, I feel, to, and like players should know the system that, like, take us for example. We've had so many
That's a
injuries,
great
bunch
example.
of random kids playing, but we've still performed well and
The
we've gotten
identity.
results.
You can see the identity.
Yeah, it's like, do these players coming in not know the system? Is Ten Hag just like, well, good luck out there? Like, I
Yeah.
just don't know.
It's
And that's what I'm
It's-
saying, yeah.
Yes, injuries play a massive part, but I just don't think. I hate when people use it as like a massive excuse because
Injury should affect the result and not the performance.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you should be able to still dominate games or play the way you play with new players coming into the team, which
Yeah.
is what Klopp has shown and why Liverpool have been so good. They used to be able to replace their midfield, and all the players that came in would have the same effect as the ones that used to play.
And
Okay,
keep going.
good, no.
And it's just like it makes it worse when the coach is still being so stubborn and saying that this is a step forward. We're doing so good, like trusting these players. If you just didn't say a word,
yeah. It's just like
And
I'll
just-
take the result.
yeah. happy with this player's result, but he's saying like this is progression. We're going in the
Yeah.
right direction, coming out. Like he doesn't need to say all that.
Yeah, facts.
So it's just like it makes it worse when your coach is saying that it's like building, but it doesn't look like that when you're watching them play.
yeah.
Yeah, fact. You guys have any howlers from the weekend? Any standouts you want to go to?
John McGinn's red card.
Yeah,
I know we
talk
talked
about
about
it.
that
Talk
game,
about
but
it.
fucking hell,
Yeah.
like. Were
That's
they 1-0 down or 2-0 down at that?
But it was
Two.
64th
Two-
minute.
64th minute. You are the captain.
That's Brexit.
What on
That's
earth?
a Brexit.
He's the most Brexit day.
Like
And
we
a
were
dog
watching
as
it
well.
before. MJ was like, if a doggy's foot was planted, he's gone.
done. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what the hell? Like
It's a brain snap.
And a dog
And then
got
he's
up to try
shocked that he
beef him,
got a
and he
red
went,
card.
"No, my leg's
yeah, my
fucked."
leg's fucked.
It was numb.
And he's like, he got the red. He's like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me,
Yeah.
mate?
Even his own players were like, "Why are you doing
Yeah,
that?"
Yeah, you could tell they were
idiot.
back
They
on
were
a bit.
Consul was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
But
what I'm
even
doing,
Watkins,
man.
when he saw the red card, he
He was
just
like-
looked at McGinn going,
like, come on,
You're like,
bro.
you didn't even try
Like,
and fight
yeah.
that. But yeah, 100%. Because
How?
when we just saw that tackle,
It was so for
It's
no
hard
reason.
to watch. Like,
It wasn't like the game was
Jesus.
done. Like it wasn't the 99th minute
Yeah.
where you could just
Far
fuck it.
out.
Or you're down 5-0.
Yeah.
2-0, you're at home.
One goal changes the game.
And it shows it has.
It just like
Villa at home when they score
makes
one.
it 10
it's-
times worse when you're the captain too. Like you
That
just
tackle,
can't do that.
That's as...
It's so bad.
It's a brain snap.
I kind of miss some of them every now and then, like seeing those tackles in game, but it's such a bad tackle.
such a
Yeah.
bad
The game wasn't like that for you to do that.
That's a
If the
great
game's
point.
like that and Tottenham, like someone did that, like
Yeah,
Romero did
Romero,
that,
yeah.
Yeah.
fuck it.
He did it for no reason.
But
as well.
Romero was quiet the whole game. He didn't do
Yeah.
And you did it on Udogie, who's probably not tackling anyone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But he was, yeah.
That
Oh,
tackle was
crazy.
fucked. That was, that's a good
Awful
howler.
howler.
Any, you guys have any other howlers?
Yeah, I got I watched this like TikTok of this guy that did like a breakdown of like a quicker breakdown of Ole Gunnar Sanchez.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's
Interview
interview. Yeah, it was good. Did you guys watch it? It was
no,
really
I
good.
saw bits
Yeah, I
and
watched
pieces,
it.
but I
I
haven't
watched it.
watched
I thought it was really
yeah,
good.
and he was saying that like he was stating big things. Like he was saying no one wanted to be captain and
For
he-
particular games, yeah.
Yeah, and he gave it to Maguire because he was the only one that showed consistency
Yeah.
in like stepping up and taking it. He said in certain games like players didn't want to go for interviews after
Yeah.
certain matches.
Yeah.
Like, they were too
Wow.
scared to face the media, like because they were like they might have said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
and people would have just went on him a bit
Yeah,
more.
it was actually really good. He said that when he had just sold Haaland to Salzburg
That's right.
for 20 mil, for whatever it wasn't 20 mil. He'd
He was
sold
16.
him, and then he got the United job. So he was at Mulder, then he got the United job. And when he went to United, he went straight to the board and said, "Buy this guy. I've just
Yeah.
sold him. This is how much we can get him for because I know." And it was 20 mil,
and they said
and they said no.
Twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
could
No,
you imagine?
They said no twice because he went to that team and then just before Dortmund bought him, he said again like let's buy him and they said
Yeah,
no.
yeah, twice, yeah.
So he's
Could you
saying
imagine
like,
if he went there?
that's what I'm saying.
Would it be a different story? Would he have stayed? Would they still
I
be
don't
shit?
know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
And
Yeah.
then he was saying that he really liked Fred because he was one of the players that just gave like the
Yeah.
all for him.
Yeah.
And then he said like this guy added on, he's like, this is how dumb United are. So they sold Fred for 12 million and got Amrabat on loan for 10 million. Like, and he was like, what the fuck is this? Like, how does that make sense?
For real.
Amrabat is not going to be able to go to a single club
Nah.
after this.
No way. He's
single-handedly, I think,
Ruined
damaged
his whole
his
reputation.
reputation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He's getting 10 mil for nothing.
For nothing.
No, I know. But
So
yeah, it was a good interview. You should watch it.
Yeah.
On
It's
the
really
overlap, it's really good.
Because he had, I think it was Roy Keane,
Yeah,
Neville,
right.
Wright.
I just saw
And
something.
the
I
lady.
can't remember what he
Yeah.
said, but
Jill-
Roy Keane like
Jill,
completely
yeah.
Jill
disagreed
Scott
with him.
or something.
I can't
really?
remember. Anyway, I need to watch it. I saw like a bit of.
Oh, Roy Keane. Are you
Was-
saying?
yeah,
he
he, like,
disagreed with him
completely-
because he said the game. I don't know how much time we go. The games where Oli got sacked was like they played City at home or away. They got smacked,
Yeah.
and then they played Liverpool and they lost 5-0.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he should have played. He's saying that he felt he was at United and he wanted to play like United, so they wanted to kind of go at the game in the Liverpool one where
Yeah.
they got smacked at home, but they just got smacked. Like they conceded that Firmino goal and then it just turned. But he's saying he didn't want to like sit in. He wanted to play at home on the front foot. And Roy Keane was saying sometimes you just got to be smart, like
Yeah,
be
yeah.
smarter and be able to
That's right.
sit in. Blah blah blah. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like the same thing he always says.
Yeah.
But then Ollie was just pretty much saying that he wanted to play like the United way.
It's easy for Roy Keane to say that though. Like,
He likes sitting in.
yeah, and he's not a coach.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a coach, but not a. He's not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
top
and,
coach.
And I don't like how Neville chats as well. Because he was a coach and he was shit. You saw what he did
yeah.
and he was awful. So
Yeah.
No, he's
him
a
talking anything is just go out the window.
Gary Neville's just everywhere, isn't he? He's in every interview.
He's on 40 shows or something.
He's got money,
his
bro.
hand in every. What is it? Every basket pie.
Yeah.
Basket.
Well, guys, it's been Let 'em Shoot.
Oh.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment your favorite thing to cook in the kitchen.
Yes,
and
please do.
Yeah, let us
Maybe
know
we'll
if you
have
want
a
more content.
Great Let 'em Shoot and bake off or something. one day.
Facts.